It was reported in NPR a few days ago that the Vatican is warning bishops about denying communion to supporters of abortion rights. This obviously affects political figures such as Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi, but also hundreds of others. The arguments go that by offering communion, you are welcoming those who intentionally engage in moral evils, supposedly affirming or endorsing those choices. People who threaten human life and dignity should not be patted on the back and offered the Eucharist as if they are in good standing in the fellowship of believers. Others, of course, argue the opposite, claiming it would be weaponizing the Eucharist as a political tool. These also contend that it elevates things like abortion and euthanasia as the only grave matters of moral teaching for which we demand accountability. They also claim that such a move could become a source of disunity and discord in the Church, so it should be ignored. I've got to admit that I side with the first argument. Communion, or any facade of Christian commitment, should be denied to these prominent leaders who are intentionally and wantonly promoting moral evil. First of all, maintaining a moral standard is far different from weaponizing the Eucharist as a political tool. The move is not to humiliate a particular person or party, but rather to maintain a sense of purity in the Church, as Paul recommends in 1 Corinthians 5 for another issue. Second, unity that ignores truth is nothing more than hypocritical compromise. In a case like this, compromise is just mutually agreed upon immorality. Now, while everyone in the Church is a sinner, it's not right to turn a blind eye to intentional sin on the part of community leaders. Third, it's true that we cannot judge every sin in the Church and condemn every misstep, but it's also true that teachers and leaders will be judged more strictly, and for good reason. The Church must be particularly careful not to mislead people by giving a false impression of endorsement to sin. Fourth, we are wrong to turn a blind eye and give the impression of fellowship in good standing when a leader in the community is sinning so publicly. John the Baptist had a few harsh words for Herod. Paul even rebuked Peter. Theodore Hesburgh, at one time the president of Notre Dame University, said, quote, "My basic principle is that you don't make decisions because they are easy. You don't make them because they are cheap. You don't make them because they are popular. You make them because they are right." I agree with him. Let's not give anyone the impression that these national leaders are what we consider to be fine Christians. Talk to me about this.